Evening, everybody. IC here. I'm going to make this a short one. I know I keep saying that. I never do, but I'm giving it a shot. We're going to talk today about the college students and their requesting for their college debts to be either totally removed or greatly reduced. So, my question is this. If you college students are so destitute that you actually require people that never attended college, that are working their butts off, supporting their families, to have some of their funding diverted to pay for your college, which A, you voluntarily decided to go to college, B, you took out the loan yourself, which is what adults do. They take out loans and then they pay back the loans. It shows character. But you expect others to foot the bill for your folly, mistake, however you want to look at it. But here's the question I have for all of you college students, and like I said, this is going to be a real easy one. If you expect people to pay for your college, why are you blowing thousands of dollars on going to spring break to Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Mexico, wherever it is that you go for spring break? If you are that destitute that you need someone to bail you out, then every single dime extra that you have should at least be applied towards your tuition cost. You have to make the effort to show that you are sincere about being in need of someone else's funds. I mean, if you think about it, nobody told you to apply for college to get a bachelor's in gender studies, basket weaving, butt plug creations, whatever. There are very few college courses that are actually legit, that are going to pay you well, and there is a high need for educated persons. I'm sorry, but right now this country is hurting for plumbers, air conditioning specialists, they call it a HVAC. They're also looking for welders, bricklayers, common laborers, truck drivers. They're really hurting for truck drivers. Good example, plumbers. There's a guy who owns a plumbing company out on the West Coast. And he actually stated, it was a YouTube video about it, that he would pay for someone to attend a trade school. And after the trade school is completed, the person would actually work for him for a period of 3 years so that he could, I think it's called a journeyman license, and get that completed. And then once he finishes paying back what the guy invested in him, and he has, working experience, then he'd go off on his own. People in the plumbing industry on average are making around $60,000, $70,000 a year to start. A college student, after spending 4 years in school, is like $100,000 plus in debt. They're lucky if they can find a job slinging burgers. They're not gonna, a lot of them are actually having mommy and daddy take care of them. They're moving back in with mom and dad, so they're not paying no bills. They're not contributing to anything other than sleeping and eating and farting. So I would strongly suggest that if you college students, if any of you are actually watching this, believe that you are entitled to have your college education costs bailed out for you, then you had best be wearing old clothes, not going to spring break, not wasting money on cell phones or tablets, or going to Starbucks and paying for $5 for that caramel macchiato latte or whatever the hell it is you guys drink. You have to prove to us that you're in need. Because remember this, and this is a funny thing I talked about, and I'm going to relate this to the military, and it does relate to civilian jobs as well. An officer goes through 4 years of college, get their bachelor of science, bachelor in art, whatever. They go on to flight school. They learn to be a pilot for a C-130 Hercules or a F-16 Falcon or an F-A-18 Hornet. So now the government has spent tens of thousands of dollars and ungodly number of hours in training this person to be able to fly a fighter. So here you go, a college educated fighter pilot, and he lands back at the airfield. Something breaks. Well, with that education, you would think he would know how to at least fix it, but no. He has to call for a mechanic and have them come over and troubleshoot the aircraft to determine what the problem is. That mechanic is a high school graduate. He went into the military with no knowledge, went to school, learned how to be a mechanic on an aircraft. He now is in charge of that plane. That pilot cannot fly until that mechanic clears that plane. Same thing in the civilian world. If you're a lawyer and you own a business, your butt ain't out there fixing the air conditioning unit or the heater if it breaks. You have to hire somebody to do it. And generally that person is only a high school graduate. So think before you act. Think before you choose a career. And if you're still in high school, really, really think about where you want to be within 2 to 3 years down the road. You want to be massive debt? Or do you want to take a trade school and learn a skill that's going to last you the rest of your life and start paying you as soon as you get out of the trade school? It's your choice. I'm old. I ain't going to be around much longer. But you, if you can't pull your head out of your butt and figure out how to live, you're just going to be a burden on society. You know? IC out.